In today's episode, we're diving into the eye-catching tale of King Charles and a tie that sparked quite the buzz. David Davis, a former cabinet minister, has some serious thoughts about this royal fashion choice. He labeled it spectacularly unwise for the king to sport a tie featuring the Greek flag during a high-profile meeting with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Davis didn't hold back, suggesting that the king's position demands a certain level of restraint. He pointed out that while having personal opinions is natural, as king, there's a unique privilege of a weekly tête-à-tête with the Prime Minister to express those views. No fashy ties needed, apparently. But hold on, that's not all. Davis had some thoughts about the COP28 gathering too. He had a bone to pick about the fleet of private jets, questioning why the top brass, including the king, prime minister, and foreign secretary, needed separate flights. But amidst the sartorial controversies and private jet debates, Davis did shine a light on some climate conference silver linings. He applauded the discussions around taking nuclear power seriously as a viable solution in combating climate change. Plus, he gave a nod to the British government's focus on dealing with climate consequences like floods and poverty, which, in his view, might actually lead to tangible success. And get this, even though he found the choice of the Middle East for a climate conference a bit odd, he acknowledged the significance. Why? Because, as he pointed out, that's where a bulk of our oil and gas comes from. Finally, he noted that the conference seems to have shifted its focus to what really matters. Now that's a positive twist. Historically speaking, this tie uproar might remind us of moments when royals' fashion choices stirred the pot. Remember when Queen Elizabeth wore that green outfit, or when King Edward VI sported that unconventional attire? It's fascinating how even clothing choices can create such a stir. So, what's the takeaway here? Personal opinions and fashion statements from royals might make headlines, but it's the substantive discussions and actions around climate change that truly matter. This incident serves as a reminder that even the most mundane aspects of a royal's life can spark significant discussions about responsibility, propriety, and the focus on critical global issues. Looking at historical parallels, instances of royals or public figures being critiqued for their fashion choices or seemingly casual actions have often generated widespread discussions. Take the case of King Edward VI, whose personal life, including his romantic pursuits, made headlines and eventually led to his abdication from the throne. Similarly, the fashion choices of various royals across history have been scrutinized and interpreted in different ways by the public and media. But beyond the fashion faux pas or individual actions, there's a deeper theme at play here. The discussion surrounding the king's tie and the climate conference private jets underscores the scrutiny public figures face in an era of heightened environmental awareness and social responsibility. This incident with the king's tie serves as a microcosm of the larger conversation on the role and responsibility of public figures in addressing critical global issues like climate change. The public often expects leaders, whether royal or political, to set an example, not just in words, but also in actions. Moreover, the king's tie incident presents an interesting perspective on the boundaries of influence and responsibility for public figures. It raises questions about the extent to which individuals in positions of power should express personal views or engage in actions that might be perceived as political or controversial. In a broader context, it's essential to recognize that public figures, including royals, have a unique platform to influence societal attitudes and behaviors. Their actions, whether intentional or not, can significantly impact public discourse and perceptions on crucial issues like climate change. The situation also highlights the need for public figures to balance personal expression with the expectations and responsibilities that come with their positions. It's about finding a middle ground where individuality meets the demands of public representation and leadership. Ultimately, while the king's tie might seem like a small incident, it symbolizes a larger narrative, a call for public figures to navigate their roles thoughtfully, considering the impact of their actions on pressing global concerns. It's a reminder that even seemingly trivial moments can spark discussions and reflections on larger societal values and expectations. Throughout history, various incidents involving public figures, including royals, have sparked discussions and drawn attention to their actions, reflecting societal values and expectations. Here are a few historical examples. Fashion and symbolism. Queen Elizabeth's choice of clothing during her visit to Jamaica in 2002 garnered attention due to its colors mirroring the Jamaican flag. This sartorial choice was seen by some as a diplomatic gesture, while others interpreted it as a symbol of unity. It exemplifies how fashion choices by royals can carry symbolic significance and spark public discourse about their intentions and messages. Political remarks. King Edward VI's controversial comments and perceived sympathies towards Nazi Germany in the prelude to World War II led to public outcry and concerns over his political neutrality. His statements raised questions about the political roles and responsibilities of royals, emphasizing the need for discretion and neutrality, especially in sensitive geopolitical contexts. Environmental advocacy. Prince Charles' long-standing advocacy for environmental conservation and sustainable practices has been both praised and criticized. His public statements, including those on climate change, have sparked debates on the role of royals in advocating for global issues and the extent of their involvement in political matters. These historical instances illustrate the far-reaching impact of public figures' actions and statements. They underscore the dual role these individuals play, representing tradition and embodying national identity, while also facing the scrutiny of modern expectations for their relevance and responsibilities. The Thai incident involving King Charles parallels historical moments where seemingly trivial actions by royals have provoked discussions about their roles, responsibilities, and the influence they wield. It serves as a contemporary example highlighting the challenges public figures face in balancing personal expression with their roles as representatives of societal values and expectations. The Thai incident's resonance with historical precedents reaffirms the enduring nature of public scrutiny and the significance attributed to the actions of prominent figures. It emphasizes the need for public figures, including royals, to navigate their positions thoughtfully, considering the broader implications of their choices on society and public opinion.